Hey guys, following up to my last video of 10 things that I like about the car, with 10 things that I don't like or just wish they were improved upon. And again, I'm sure you guys hear these already and have seen a million videos on them, but I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on it. So one of the first things that I noticed after getting this car, picked up the armrest to put my cable in it for my Apple CarPlay or charging my car, and the positioning on it is horrible. I'm a pretty average size guy, 5'11", 185. When I pick this up, I've got to swing my arm over it and then try to get in there. It's not easy. The positioning on that is terrible. Probably not a lot they can do to change it, but I wish that was changed because it's just not an ideal position for it. I try not to put anything in it because I don't want to be opening that while I'm driving and swinging my arm around like this to try to get it. It doesn't help that I've had shoulder surgery and it doesn't feel great to lift it up over my head like that. But that's my number one. Number two is the wireless charger that's in the back seat. To me, it just doesn't make any sense that it'd be in the back seat. It's not like you're driving around with passengers in this car, because one of my other low lights on this car is the leg room. I've got a son who's 7 and he really just barely fits back there. I keep my passenger seat all the way up with the recline up, and he can't fit his feet between the seat, the back seat and the front seat. He loves the car. He thinks it looks like the Batmobile, and he wants to go in it every day. He doesn't complain about it, but as he's getting older, it's going to get tighter and tighter on him. Everyone complains about this, and they're right on. Super limited view in this car. Very little you can see out the back. You can kind of see from the video here what you do see. There is not much there. It's a fairly tight design. Hard to see over the hood with the projection here. So if you raise your seat up to see over the hood better, then as you're pulling up the lights, you're not going to see the lights. So that's another thing that I think could be designed better and they could work on. I'm sure a lot of it's for structural integrity, and can't complain there because the car's awesome. Small trunk. Sure, you guys all see this too. The trunk is small. There's a strange design with how they built the trunk. It takes up a lot of room. It's very hard to fit anything in there. If I'm bringing a box to work that I have to send out for shipping, it's got to go in the front seat. I think it was, what did I have, a 12 by 12 box the other day, 12 by 12 square, and I couldn't fit it back there. It's that small. Another thing that I wish they had better on this, and there's some aftermarket options that kind of get around it, but there's no place to put no good place to put a front license plate. When I bought the car, I'm glad I walked back into the showroom when I did, because there was a salesman getting ready to drill holes into my front bumper to pop a plate into it, or a plate bracket, and I caught him right before that drill hit my bumper, and I would have freaking killed him. I don't want anyone drilling into my bumper to put a plate on it. There are some options, so I haven't put it on yet, but I will, and I'll show you the options that I'm getting and the reviews on those. The AC vents, I love how you turn them to go up and down. It's just kind of unique and different. I hadn't seen that before. But the two that are down by the shifter, they are right on your hands. The AC is ice cold. You can adjust it, obviously, but it blows right on your hand, and after a while it just gets a little annoying that it's directly on your knuckles where you want to put your hand on your shifter here. The 12-volt jack for my radar detector, right in the center of the console, so my cable here kind of goes halfway back the car to plug it in. I wish they had another one that was more up under the dash. The fix for this is just going to be to get my radar detector hardwired. So it's not the end of the world. Again, it's just things that I'm picking out that I'd like to see different on the car. Side windows they're tiny. I can't get my arm in a good position to cruise with the window down. My elbow's getting up higher than my shoulder, and again, because I have a lot of sports injuries and bad shoulders, it's not comfortable. I never find myself driving with my arm out the window. It's just too high. Those windows are tiny. I don't think I could fit my head out of it. And like I said before, my last thing was just the back seat room. I knew that buying the car, it didn't stop me from buying it. I just wish the design was a little different to give a little more leg room, because like I said, my son is 7 going on 8. As he's getting to be 9 and 10 years old and a little bit bigger, hopefully he'll be weighing enough that he can get in the front seat and not worry about it anymore. But he's a pretty small kid, so for the next couple of years he's stuck back there. So, you know, if you have any comments, I'd love to hear them, and I'll try to keep doing some of these videos. It's something brand new for me, and hopefully it's interesting. So, talk to you guys later.